And now we have one of the most infamous, for a different reason, episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. The Pakled episode, where the crew of the Enterprise has to deal with a race that is actually technologically less sophisticated than the Federation, but still hostile and dangerous. Oh, and they want to steal your ship and steal your technology. See, one thing with the Pakleds is that the Pakleds really aren't a terribly stupid race. They really aren't. Because, remember, they're a warp-capable civilization. While it is something that gets played for laughs, the Pakleds aren't dumb. And that's something you need to remember, is that this is a warp-capable civilization. They have been exploring the universe on their own. While they aren't as technologically advanced as the Federation, it's a mistake to think they're stupid. And you look at this and like, wait a second, but we deceived them with a ruse, and by lying about what our technology is capable of. And yes, that ruse only worked because Geordi sabotaged the Pakled systems. And it's not entirely clear what would have happened if that ruse had failed. Anyway, though, this is one of those episodes where it's first contact with a hostile race episode, and quite frankly, the nature of the Pakleds was the only thing that made the episode interesting. It's like they managed to trick Geordi into going on their ship, taking Geordi prisoner in the hope that he would make their ship better. And oh yeah, also the Picard side plot. Oh yeah, we should mention that. Picard has some sort of life-threatening medical situation that doesn't want to tell his crew about. Even though he needs specialized medical equipment and personnel to treat it, he doesn't want his crew to know, which is kind of strange as a Federation officer. It's like you're risking your own life to avoid telling your crew you're sick. This isn't a Klingon vessel where the crew will execute you for being weak. This is a Federation vessel where, you know, people actually value you for your leadership skills. Allegedly, anyways. Picard allegedly has leadership skills. Sometimes like this, I question that because of the fact it's like, yes, you have a reason to do it, but your reason is something so deeply personal, I don't think the majority of the crew care. Like Sonia Gomez. That is actually a character that they dropped, and I have no idea why. Anyway, though. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of back and forth with messing with the Pakleds, because the Pakleds actually have the ability to make decent technology. It's just that, well, basically the crew tricks the Pakleds into doing stuff. I suppose part of the reason why they have Gomez in this one is that since Geordi is on board the Pakled ship, they need to have someone on the Enterprise doing the engineering stuff on the Enterprise. So you more or less have Geordi and Gomez working together. I mean, also with Data and Riker. Data is a character that got overused a lot in TNG. Yes, he's an interesting character, but much like Spock in TOS, he's the guy who is seemingly omnicompetent. He can fight. He can do science stuff. He can do engineering stuff. He can even do medical stuff. Oh, and he's superhuman strong. Anyways, though, yeah, Pakleds. Very, very strange race idea because, on the one hand, they seem like simple-minded morons, yet they're a warp-capable civilization who can and have built ships capable of traveling to other solar systems, and do, in fact, actually know how to use weapons that actually hurt. Like the Mondor's stats. The Mondor is considered to be, by Federation standards, a relatively weak vessel. And it's much smaller than the Enterprise D. You can see in this shot here with a comparison. So the fact that the Mondor is less capable in combat isn't necessarily an indication of the fact that the Pakleds have a technology level that's much lower than the Federation even. It's that this particular ship isn't the size of the Enterprise D and doesn't have the firepower because it's smaller. Anyway, though. Yeah, it's a weird one. Oh, yeah. They do have the aspect of this where the Pakleds had been stealing technology from other races. However, the Pakleds were stealing technology and reverse engineering it to make it work together in ways that aren't how it was originally designed to work. So they're actually a lot like the Ferengi in that regard. Because like the Ferengi canonically did not develop most of the technology that they use. They acquired it from other races. Which other races is not actually explicitly stated. Oh, this is another interesting one. This episode has a mention of the Gerada, a race that we literally have never seen. They're said to be insect-like, and they're not necessarily hostile, but they're aggressive. The Federation doesn't want to go to war with them, but at the same time, the Federation also isn't worried about going to war with them. At any rate, though, so first contact with aliens who are weird. And obviously, you could have a situation where Pakleds are in fact the real problem because of the fact that the Pakleds are still out there. The Pakleds are, as I mentioned, a warp-capable civilization. They do, in fact, have multiple solar systems under their control. And thus, there are many Pakled ships out there that a group of players could run into. And what those specific Pakleds are actually after, that could be the focus of the episode. Because you would have a different plot. You're not going to throw Captain Picard in his whatever outfit getting medically treated in as a major plot point in your episode. No. You're going to have a different plot that probably has something to do with the players who are actually playing in your session and not the crew of the Enterprise. So, what are your characters doing? What would be an interesting story for your characters to deal with? And what would be an interesting problem that you could have Pakleds create for your characters? There's a long list of options, honestly. Like, the Pakleds stole a weapon that they don't really fully understand how to use and are causing chaos by shooting things with it while they're trying to figure out how to get the settings right. It's an option. Obviously, other options exist. And yeah, it would take a lot of creativity to decide which one would be best for you. Anyways, that's all for now.